What's up, people? Santi G in the house, and today we are going to be going back into Scrap Mechanic, and I haven't done this in I think about a month or two, maybe 3 months. So during that time, I've been on for about probably 20 hours total, and I've made some pretty epic machines. So let's just get into them. Go to left. Make sure to comment down below your favorite creation so that I know which ones you guys like. So this is our first creation. It's a tank, as you can see. But it's it's a quick little tank. I made it in about an hour and a half. So it's not really super quality, but I feel like it definitely still works. You do control this, and it's pretty fast for turning, I guess, and make that work, but it does shoot stuff, and it turns and acts like a tank, so I'm steering with 2 and 3 right now. And if you hold both of them at the same time, it goes forward, and it actually works pretty well. And I've learned to control this thing fairly well, so that's how it works. And yeah, it's pretty epic. It shoots explosive rounds out of the tank face. I do like how they're potato guns. That's that. Let's move on to the next creation. So this one is kind of like this one, except it's a head, it doesn't have a hat, it has white hair, and it's Herbert from Family Guy, whatever. This is where it flies and does a backflip, and it kind of stabilizes. It's mainly for flying forward or backward or just straight up, because it doesn't really have any turning functions. But yeah, this creation's kind of funny. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, on to the next build. Alright, so this is the next creation. It's actually a 3-wheeled sports car. I think this thing has a pretty unique look to it, and it has a few secret features that I think you will enjoy. So let's hop into the driver's seat right here. It's fast, it runs on an electric engine. And it doesn't have suspension, so, you know, I might update this in a future video, but for now we're just leaving it like this. So you'll see that I have 2 buttons, and you're wondering what those do. The first button lifts the front, and the second button is a potato gun. So it's actually kind of like a little fighting machine. You can drive with it like this, but if you're just like hitting the town, you don't want to be shooting people, so you do this, and that kind of bounces. But yeah, I like that it's 3-wheeled, and I like that because you can see I put some weight blocks in the back. And I do like that it can shoot stuff. I also like the look of it. It's like a red and black kind of stripey look. Anyway, on to the next build. Alright, so this is the next build. It is kind of like a rally car, like a mini rally car. And it has a few secret features, just like the old 3-wheeler did. So you enter through back here. And it drives around pretty well. It has a pretty good suspension. It kind of just, it goes around. It's good for tackling all terrain. And the first mode is kind of fast and loose, where if you're going for speed and you don't really care about like stability and stuff, this is the mode for you. The second mode is kind of sturdy and for off-roading. So yeah, that's kind of interesting back there. But let's go back to the main lot here. So this is the second mode. Basically what it does is those 2 little canisters in the back, those weigh 5 times as much. So it basically just gives it 10 times the weight, and it just stays put, at least in the back it does. And then what it does second is that. Boom. That's the first button. I love this one because it's kind of flipping you off, but it's also kind of like a ram. So like you can drive into stuff and break it, and you can do both the modes. See, yeah. That's because I didn't have the second mode. Definitely keeps it stable. Mode, it's kind of like for ramming into stuff. Boom! So, it's like if you want to be a bit disrespectful during a race, and this and that in some of it. But a lot of the times, yeah, there we go. Now it works. So putting it back's a bit of a hassle, but there you go. Now you're good. And now it's a rally car, so you can kind of just conquer all the terrain and race everybody in this car. I really love this design and how it drives. So on to the next build. You guys have already kind of spotted this one and are wondering what it's doing here. This is the mobile death unit. It has just a nice black body with some red stripes and red designs on it. So you press that button, you get in here, you press that button, door closes up, where there's space for moving around like an entire person in here, while it still kind of behaves like a car. And I've already done that with one of my other builds, the Jet House. But this thing doesn't have any secret features. You'd think because it's called the Mobile Death Unit, it might have a few potato guns, but it doesn't. I built it in about 15 minutes, so you know why it's a bit wonky, but yeah. Oh my god. If you guys have not seen the tabs video yet, I highly recommend going to that video, because it explains how I'm not really going to be posting gaming from the 19th of July to about the 10th of February. So make sure to tune into both the clone drone video and the tabs video. Anyway, on to the next build. Our next build, it has a really cool look to it. It has one of these modded engines in the front, so it looks really cool like that. It also has these cool doors on it. Kinda it. I mean, I do like kind of how this front panel looks. And these lights also are pretty cool. They do that if you hit them. So yeah, this is called the Skellum. Let's get in. Wait, did one of the lights come off? I think I broke one of the lights. That doesn't really matter. This one is a door. This turns on the lights. I accidentally killed one of them. But this one activates those powerless pistons in the back. So it also, this thing drifts like hell of a lot. Like, look at this thing. Skirt, skirt, skirt. It's really good at doing donuts. Stays on track. It's really good at driving and has a really cool look. Oh, yep. See, look at that. So yeah, this thing kinda is just a standard car with a few extra features that make it behave better. Yeah, I rate this one a 7.5 out of 10. On to the next build. Alright, so this next build is a forklift, and this forklift is kinda cool, I guess. I actually made an actual pallet creation for it and saved it to the lift, and it wasn't here before. You might have noticed that. This thing is for loading and unloading packages. So let's say if I wanted to deliver some bananas, bam, I'm delivering bananas now. This thing can actually pick them up. Alright, so I'm back after some adjustments, and I also forgot a build, which is over to my left, which I'll demonstrate after this. But this demonstration also shows off the build right next to me to my right, so let's do this. So you put the prongs in there, then you lift it up like this, and you bring it up. And this thing actually has some weight blocks in the back to help it from falling over, so let's load this thing into the back of here. Banana delivery. You can also lift it up like this. Get in there. Come on. Get in there. You got this. So now that that's in there, we can take Mr. Forksy here. We just take this boy, this bunker buster of a delivery van, over to where we need to transport these bananas. Gotta bring them over to a mountain. Works pretty well for transport, and you know, that's really its main function. It doesn't have anything special going on yet. Next build. Alright, so this next build is called the Flying Brick, and it's kind of a sci-fi little flying machine. It's very slow. It's actually very heavy. You can see the front little panel of glass there, and you can see me in this seat, surrounded by all these jet thrusters. This is also a special kind of space pilot seat. You'd think this thing has some kind of infinite stabilizer in it, but it doesn't. This is the turn left, this is the turn right. Oh, okay. This thing follows the same... And Parker... So yeah, that's the Flying Brick. On to the next creation. Alright, so for this next creation, I've already hopped into the seat, and I have a question for you, audience. Are you tired of being just an average Joe, just flying around on these streets, just walking around or driving? Well, not anymore when you have the new Bougie Coaster. Press button number 1, and this thing unfolds, and it looks like something from Star Wars right out the bat, honestly. It looks like kind of an X-Wing. But this thing kinda has a special feature. You can see those spud guns in the back. They're moving back and forth. If I press button number 2, it starts up our spud gun engine. It's pretty epic, you know, you can drive around doing this thing. It's a bougie coaster, not a driver, so you won't actually be getting around. You'll be doing some damage to whoever you're drifting by in this. This thing is always oversteering, and because it's just supposed to be cool. Yeah, this thing just has minigun motors on the back. Minigun spud guns. So yeah, that's kind of how this thing works. And it just coasts. It does that. It drifts a lot. And now, that's the creation of this video. So guys, we are at the last creation of the video. And make sure, by the way, to comment down below your favorite... Actually, no, we still have one. Make sure to comment down below your favorite creation. Was it the tank? Maybe the three-wheel car? Maybe it was the bougie coaster that I just showed off. Maybe it was Herbert. No matter, because now we have the Mr. Long Haul. And this boy, he has a... Dude, he's just freaky. He's a super big build. And... yeah. I don't really know where I was going with this thing, but I just wanted a machine that was like super ridiculous and looks like a banana. And you know what? The Long Haul is your man. This thing is freaking epic. I love this. It won't tip over. I mean, it could, like that almost did, because it doesn't have suspension, but it really just doesn't. Flip forward or backward at least. And it's always stable. The way it turns to the side, like the whole machine moves. Like it's kind of like a bus, how a bus turns. Like you can see, that's not really like a normal car would do it. And oh, there we go, it turped. Anyway, on to the next build. So this next build is a limited edition of a mini tank toy. It's basically the same tank that I showed. That was the first creation. But now it's a mini tank. Number one, that gets you going. It doesn't have steering, but it does have an actual gun. So you dead. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. I driving with the 1 and 2 buttons like I did in the tank. And I might do that and show it in a future video, but that's the last creation for that line. And you're like, what? What do you mean there's more? And I'm saying that there is, but it's just one creation. So alright, so I actually forgot one creation again. It's this thing. It's this piano. So you kind of get up here. It's a Plenesian piano. Not a real, you know what? Plenis. I don't know. I don't really know how to play any songs on this thing. It doesn't be a piano. And I think it also looks pretty cool. So this is the actual final creation I was going to show you guys. And I've already showed you guys the creation that this is based on. It's called the Blaze. It's an F1 truck. Well, it's a racing, skirt racing. It was the truck for skirt racing. It had a little F1 car in the back. But this car is a Snakeway Grocers truck. It's not Safeway, but Snakeway. It has the same front. I just kind of painted the back of it. And, you know, that's kind of how this goes. It's the same exact thing with just a different paint job. I love the way, not to pat myself on the back too much, but I just love the way this thing looks with the little exhaust pipes on the top and the little canisters below with, you know, the mirrors and everything. It just all comes together so nicely. And yeah, this thing is mainly for just loading groceries on with the forklift I mentioned earlier. And it still has this kind of garage door, little flappy door here. And this ramp, which I also made curved from last time. So yeah, it kind of just works like that. There's nothing that's too different about it. But yeah, that's going to be the last creation of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash the like button with all your might. Make sure to subscribe because I'm going to be posting gaming content really soon. Because, as you know, I won't be able to post any gaming content from the 19th of July to the 10th of February. I will be uploading vlogs, though, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Make sure to comment down below what your favorite creation from this video was. And a subscribe would be very much appreciated. Peace out.